Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. We do need to talk Saints and Chargers. The Saints are very much getting healthier. You're going to get Cesar Ruiz and Lucas Patrick back this week. You're going to get Taysom Hill back this week. You're going to get Chris Olave back this week. You're going to get Pete Werner back this week. So a lot of very good news for the Saints on that front. I'm not sure just how much Marquez Valdes-Scantling can help you this quickly, but he's certainly been added to the roster here. So you have a fighting chance offensively, but I don't believe the offense is the story here. You still got a backup quarterback out there. They should be better than they were last week, but the Chargers are pretty good on defense. You're on the road. I'm not expecting a world out of the offense. The Saints defense needs to decide if they're going to let this entire season tank or if they're going to show a backbone. And to this point, over the last 3 weeks, they have not shown a backbone. They have not. And this is going to be a challenge to the front seven from the start to the finish, because Jim Harbaugh and the Los Angeles Chargers run the ball more than any team in the NFL. They want to pound away. And the Saints right now are as bad a run defense as there is in the National Football League. That comes from me watching the Saints. That also comes from me looking at these advanced analytics that ESPN's posted. The Saints are allowing 4.9 expected yards per carry. That's according to Next Gen Stats. That's second worst in the NFL behind only Washington. You don't have to know how to calculate expected yards per carry, because I certainly don't, but averaging 5 yards per carry is atrocious in the National Football League if you're a defense. Awful. And that's what's happening to this Saints team. It is no secret. You don't have to guess. We're not hypothesizing. We're not making inferences based on context clues. It's just a fact. The Chargers are going to turn around and hand the ball off to J.K. Dobbins a ton. And if Brian Brzee and Cam Jordan and Carl Granderson and Chase Young and Demario Davis and Pete Werner don't want to get in there and stand their ground for 4 quarters, they're going to get embarrassed again. That's just the way it is. And they have been embarrassed the last 2 weeks. Run defense. That's the deal here. You've taken what was the backbone of your franchise on the defensive side, run stopping, and it has cratered. Is that because they're disheartened by the offense's inability to move the ball? Is that because there have been a couple of bumps and bruises? Is that because they're getting old? I don't know. You can't fix the old part. You can fix the effort part. And there have been so many glaring missed tackles over what's basically amounted to the last month that you're going to hear people questioning effort. I'm usually last to do that, and I'm not ready to do it yet. I heard Matt do it earlier this week. I heard Charles Hannegriff do it this week, and it's certainly not out of bounds. I'm not quite there. That's the last thing I go to. But you've got to do a better job of stopping the run in this game. If you do not, Los Angeles will not stop. That is Jim Harbaugh's DNA. He built a Super Bowl contender out of the San Francisco 49ers doing it. He built a national championship program at Michigan doing it, and that will be his very much intent in Los Angeles as long as he's there. Yeah, Justin Herbert's got a huge arm, and he's a good athlete, and that's a shiny toy that you would think a former quarterback would want to use. Turn around, hand it off, run. And you look at the last 3 weeks. You look at what Denver did. You look at what Tampa did. If you don't show up with a little bit of pride on Sunday, it's going to be tough. And it'll likely signal the end of the season. I think there are a lot that have already given up. Mathematically, you can still find it if you can get healthy and win a lot of games, but I'm not going to sit here and bang that drum. We can talk about the offense. I think it should look better. Looking at a Chargers defense that is good, but I think you've got more options to try to hurt them than you did last week. When you go out there and you don't have your entire interior offensive line, you don't have your top 2 wide receivers, you don't have your gadget playmaker, and you've got a backup quarterback who's a rookie making his first start, you just don't have the ingredients to have success. There's not a play caller, not a coach, not an environment that's going to go very well in the NFL. some of that is alleviated here because you've got 2 of your interior offensive linemen back. You've got your top receiver back. You've got your gadget guy back that should help in the running game and a little bit of the passing game and just a little bit of, Taysom Hill can help you in a lot of different ways. And they need to get Juwan Johnson involved as a pass catcher. That's something that hasn't happened enough this year. I think it'll look better offensively on Sunday. How good, that's tough to know. And so if the Saints want to go there and win, you can't ask that offense to go score 30 points on the road. Not with a rookie quarterback. He looks talented out there. He looks like he has some tools, but he's not ready to consistently lead drives, to not turn the ball over at all. I know that's what they're going to tell him, but he's just not ready to do that. The defense is going to have to keep the Saints in this game. And we said that the last couple of weeks, and they just flat failed. That's where you are right now. And if you lose this game by 20 or more points, then that'll be the first time you've lost 3 straight by 20 since 2001. And when you go back pre-Katrina with this franchise, I think most of you know what we're talking about here. We're talking about complete and total ineptitude for decades. And you would be bordering on that if you go out there and get smoked by the Chargers. Again, weeks 15 through 17 in 2001, the only time this franchise has ever lost 3 straight games by 20 points. That's what's on the line on Sunday. I'll give you my pick coming up at the end of the show. You can always find our Saints coverage over at Hunt on Saints on YouTube. Subscribe up to the channel if you want your Saints news daily there on our YouTube feed. Beck, you've heard kind of me break this down. I'm just curious if the Saints defense has a backbone. Are you prepared to watch that on Sunday?
I guess I am. I do. Obviously, the biggest thing in this game is J.K. Dobbins. Are you going to be able to not stop him, but can you slow him down? I mean, he's averaged 5 yards a carry this season. He's been really good. And last week they played the Cardinals. They had to throw the ball a lot because it was pretty close, and the Cardinals were up a little bit in that game. So if somehow the Saints can maybe get an early lead and make the Chargers have to throw the ball a bit more, that the back end for the Saints hasn't been great the last few weeks. None of the defense has, but you would think that the back end's a little bit better. Obviously, they lost Paulson and Debo, but they're getting healthy. I mean, the practice report just came out. The only people that are out are Saldiveri and Cedric Wilson. Carr is doubtful, so he's probably not going to play. He's not going to play. But you've got a lot of people back, and now the excuses are kind of gone there. I mean, obviously, not having Derek Carr's big, but still, man, the Chargers have not looked great this whole year. Their offense has not been good in any games, really. They haven't really scored a lot of points.
They just run the ball.
They just run the ball. So that's going to be it, man. You got to bow your neck, and Demario Davis, Pete Werner, those guys have got to play really well and hold them to something under 150 yards at least rushing, if not less.
You catch a small break. It's a long week for you. It's a short week for them. We'll see if the New Orleans Saints can make it happen coming up on Sunday. Hey, it's Hunt. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.